The Luke 14 talks about Jesus sitting at the house of a Pharisee, and he has guests that are at the meal, and he takes time to point out, uh, can you heal on the Sabbath? Yeah, you can, and he does it right then and there. And then he says, sitting there, he's noticing that people are jostling for the best seat at the table. So he uses that moment to introduce what happens at the table of the Lord versus the tables that the world offers us. And he talks about the wedding feast, he talks about lunch, he talks about dinner, he talks about a banqueting table, four different types of tables. And in each one, people don't connect the dots here on these couple of parables and stories he's using. They don't connect the dots. So it's important to understand that when he's talking about these tables, what he's trying to explain to them that at his table, he's the servant king. And if we observe him and reflect him in our behavior, then that's how it's going to be when we come to his table. But people in the world are busy jostling for position in society. They're trying to get the upper seat to be noticed by other people. They're busy for self. They're not busy for him. And so when he sends out the invitation to come to the meal, those that are busy with buying lands, buying oxen, getting married, are tied up with the things of this world. So they don't pay any attention to his invitation to come to his table. His table can be anywhere. It can be a wedding feast. It can be a luncheon. It can be a dinner. It can be in the restaurant. It can be a banquet. Whatever it is, for you and me, it's the table we have in our living room. And it's a little tiny table where we have a cup and a piece of bread. And when we have communion, we're at his table. It's not it can be a huge, I mean, we've had communion where you've seen that. You've seen Jesus with his arms outstretched, and the table goes on endlessly in both directions, and it's beautiful. So we're all approaching the final table, which is the marriage supper of the Lamb. Those who are at the table now are those who are going to be at that table, who have a reservation there. So when he's talking about these parables, he's saying, at my table, you're going to find the blind, the halt, the lame, those who can't get to the table. You're going to go out and assist them and help them get to the table, because you're serving in my kingdom. And in the kingdom, those who are the servant become kings. Those who are the lowest get the better seat. Those that are humble shall be lifted up. Okay, so what we're saying is that Jesus is explaining that no matter what the table is in the world, it's got one set of rules. But for the table of the Lord, those who have communion with him experience his presence, know him, and that's enough. Every seat at the Lord's table is the best seat in the house.